There are possible changes coming to Carnival's buffets, but will they be to the benefit of cruisers? Cruise lines are posting their year-end reviews with some astonishing numbers, and we check in to see what lines are winning awards. Ahoy travelers, it's Amy here with your weekly Cruise News Roundup and my thoughts on some of the biggest stories of the week. I definitely want to get to the hint that John Hill dropped recently, but let's talk money first. Money, 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 money. Cruise lines are starting to post their year-end reviews and third quarter numbers. So Carnival Corporation, which encompasses 9 lines including Princess, Holland America, and Costa Cruises, reported $6.9 billion in revenue during the third quarter alone, with a debt reduction of $4 billion, which has been a major focus for most lines since accruing billions in debt during the shutdown. They also reported their first net profit since the shutdown, generating over $1 billion. Royal Caribbean Group includes Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Silver Seas, TUI, and Hapag-Lloyd. Royal Caribbean Group reported third quarter total revenues of $4.2 billion and a net income of $1 billion. Royal Caribbean also solidly maintains its title of having the largest cruise ship with the delivery of the Icon of the Seas back in November. Now, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings is comprised of Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises, and Regent Seven Seas. All 3 brands boasted of new ships in 2023, with the company generating a total third quarter revenue of $2.5 billion. A record number, this is up 33% compared to the same period in 2019, prior to the shutdown. They also reported a net income of $345.9 million. Now, these numbers reflect what cruisers already know. Cruising is definitely back. Bookings are up along with cruise costs, and long gone are the days of partially booked cruises that were seen shortly after the restart. Recently, it was revealed that Carnival is almost fully booked for 2024 already. So cruising is definitely back in full force. Do you have a cruise booked for 2024? If so, how many? We have 2. Cruise Hive wrapped up voting for its 2023 awards last week and have posted results. I always enjoy seeing how various lines tally up against each other. And of course, the outcome often depends on who's putting on the voting and then how it's actually done. We've looked at some of these in the past that have had some unusual winners and losers. Let's look at these categories and see if you agree with the outcomes. So the Wonder of the Seas was voted best cruise ship, with the Carnival Celebration coming in a close second. Icon of the Seas was voted most anticipated new cruise ship for 2024 with almost 50% of the votes. Princess Cruises' Sun Princess came in second with 14% of the votes. The best U.S. home port of 2023 is Port Canaveral, gaining 34% of the vote. And much like its constant back and forth for busiest port, Miami took second place as the current favorite. Carnival Jubilee was voted best new cruise ship of 2023, which I find a little ironic since the voting ended the day before a single cruiser had stepped on board the ship. Anyway, the Jubilee gained 30% of votes, with the Celebrity Ascent coming in second with 22% of the votes. I also find it easier to do mock bookings with Carnival over other cruise line websites because you aren't forced to put in a lot of personal information to get that final accurate pricing. I think these results seem pretty predictable since odds are more people will have cruised on popular lines and large ships. And it's hard to vote on a ship or a line that you haven't experienced firsthand. Well, we have a couple more items to discuss on this, our last Cruise News Roundup of the year. And of course, I'm going to touch on how my Christmas went. But before we do any of that, if you enjoy this video and maybe even learn something, consider subscribing with the notification bell on so you don't miss any future posts, because you won't want to miss what's coming in 2024. This week, John Hill hinted at possible changes coming to food served on the Lido during one of his question and answer sessions on Facebook. Now, I've mentioned him multiple times, but if you're unfamiliar, John Hill is a former Carnival cruise director and is now Carnival's brand ambassador, and runs a Facebook page where he addresses any questions or issues that guests have, along with posting announcements for the line. When reading through some of the comments yesterday, one cruiser complained about the quality of the food, saying that the buffet food was inedible. While John dealt with this as expected and focused on the positive reviews, he did drop a little tidbit of information saying, we are this year, 2024, going to be concentrating on the Lido and making changes to the lunch and dinner offerings. Now, it will be interesting to see what these changes end up being, especially since the latest buffet change to the omelet station was not popular amongst guests and caused quite the uproar on John Heald's Facebook page, with people complaining that they were now having to choose between just a few options. I don't go to the buffet station hardly at all, and I sure don't go to get omelets, but I think that down to like 4 choices, when before they could be like, oh, I want this, this, and this. This was all done supposedly to speed up the long lines at the omelet station. I would like to think that the changes that they have planned for 2024 will be positive ones for passengers, but the trend tends to be one where changes are being made to save the lines money. Now, are you one to visit buffets on cruise ships? I'm not. I have gone on occasion to grab something to go for breakfast or maybe a snack, but I prefer to avoid buffets on land and sea. Not only are they usually ground zero for any outbreaks on ships, but I find the lines and crowds a little bit stressful. I would much rather sit down and be served. If you're a regular on Carnival who frequents a buffet, what changes would you like to see? What would be a positive change for you? Let me know. If you are ever bored, be sure to check out John Heald's Facebook page because some of the comments he gets are just too much. I'm constantly shocked at how disrespectful and entitled some people are. One comment that I saw Mr. Heald respond to recently was just beyond the pale for me. So this was the question. And when John Heald posts these, he never posts their name. Says, I am battling my weight. I am 480 pounds. I have been put on BP meds. My doctor told me I should get a blood pressure monitor so I can check myself and see how I'm doing. I do not want to have to schlep this from Philly to Baltimore to join the legend. Can you let your ship doctor know? This is great. This is great. I love this part. Can you let your ship doctor know that I will need complimentary blood pressure testing done each day? She said that you would help because you are the same kind of within the obesity range as me. Terrible, terrible sentence structure there. And are on BP meds as you too are. My cruise is not until February, so I should be adjusted to the medication way before then. My cardiologist did say drinking alcohol was fine. How do I do this? Okay, I just can't with this. First off, I'm not sure that struggling with weight in any way implies that they are actually attempting to lose weight. They just struggle with being morbidly obese. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they are trying to lose weight. I can't believe that at almost 500 pounds, this person is just now having blood pressure issues. But asking for medical staff to monitor their blood pressure is insane to me. All because they don't want to schlep the equipment around. Let me show you. I got mine out. This is what they would need to schlep around. This little tiny blood pressure cuff. It's for your wrist. It's portable. You're telling me they couldn't take this with them? Oh my goodness. Seriously. This person cannot be for real. John Heald was really polite in his response. So John Heald said, thank you for writing to me, and I will certainly ask, but I cannot promise that the medical center will be able to do this every day. I will do all I can. I wonder if anyone else reading this and who perhaps has blood pressure concerns, if they could leave their advice for this lady and help her and others. And then he says, I'm very lucky not to have high blood pressure or be on any medicine. In fact, I have low blood pressure and it got really low recently. He wrote me a prescription for an IKEA self-assembly bookshelf and a 1 year's membership to Cruise Critic. Now, anybody who's followed John Heald at all knows that Cruise Critic is not his favorite group because a lot of the rumors and bad advice comes from there. But so this is what he tells her. No, he does not have high blood pressure. And then he asks for advice from others with BP issues, which they gave. So let's get to those. Those things would definitely raise BP, and I think she's talking about putting together an IKEA shelf and going and looking at Cruise Critic. It is unbelievable what people ask for, wanting things and services for free. Monitors are small and portable. It is no big deal to take them. The one I have even comes in its own handy dandy travel case and takes up less space than snacks. I mean, even if you have a full blood pressure cuff kit, they have them. They're pretty small. My dad has one, and it's like this big because he's like had heart surgery. So he has kind of a higher end one than what I have. This person said, unrealistic for any cruise line to provide this. Portable BP monitors are small and very easily packed and carried. OP will need this wherever he goes. Will the Holiday Inn provide him one? How about the airline? Here's an idea. Buy yourself a BP monitor and take it with you on the ship. Why would anyone ever think that the ship should provide you that basic service and for free? Wow, really? Many people said that this person needed to have some personal responsibility. Why do people not want to accept responsibility for taking care of themselves? She needs to take care if bringing her own blood pressure medicine. They're not that big and will easily fit in a suitcase. My thought on this is that someone who's pushing 500 pounds probably doesn't list personal responsibility very high on their list. Maybe that seems harsh, but I do speak from experience. I'm overweight for my height and have spent my entire life on a roller coaster ride of weight loss and gain. But it's never something that I've ignored because I do believe in personal responsibility, and I don't want to get to the point where I'm so overweight that I can't take care of myself and I can't walk up a flight of stairs, because I have a pretty big suspicion that someone who weighs 480 pounds is probably going to be using a mobility scooter. It's unless they're like 7 foot tall and that weight's really distributed. I'm just making a guess here. And I doubt they're that tall because Heald says that this is a woman. So what do you think about this person's request? Should cruise ship medical staff be spending time checking blood pressure for anyone who doesn't want to be bothered to bring their own cuff for free? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. How many of you take blood pressure cuffs with you when traveling? Well, I hope everyone had a great Christmas, no matter how you celebrated it. I still have my Christmas decorations up, but those are coming down this week. I always dread taking it down and having to get everything back into storage. How about you? Mom already has all hers put up. I swear, as a kid, I thought the 26th was called Boxing Day because it was when you boxed up your Christmas decorations. Well, not really. But my mom has always been one to have everything back in storage, I swear, by noon on the 26th. I had 4 days off from work, and it was amazing. I was able to spend some real quality time with my family. We had Christmas with my brother's family and his 6 kids on Saturday before Christmas. It was a lot of fun this year because the youngest is 2, and it was her magical Christmas. You know, the one where she's just too young to have any expectations or remember anything from the past. So the entire process was new to her. I mean, it's her 3rd Christmas, but she's just barely over 2. So, of course, she hasn't remembered the last 2 years. When she got her stocking, the first thing she pulled out was a chapstick I got her, and she was done. That was it. That's all she needed for Christmas. Now, every one of the kids has been fascinated with chapstick at that age, so I've always gotten them some for their stocking. She spent the longest time trying out the 3 different flavors, making everyone else try it. Well, we pretended to try it. I bet she had a good 30 layers of chapstick on by the time we got her to realize there were more goodies in her stocking. And the chapstick was making it well beyond the bounds of her lips. I also got her a miniature shopping cart that looked real. It's metal and everything. It was a real hit. We spent the day hanging out, watching movies, and playing games. Church on Sunday was shorter than normal because our church didn't have Sunday school, but the service was really nice. Then we ended up going to Mom's that evening and watching the Nativity movie. On Christmas, I went over to my parents and we had our Christmas. I got some noise-canceling headphones that will come in handy when we fly this fall. I also got a new crossbody purse to use when cruising. And I am really excited about the Apple AirTags that I got that Mom and I will then share and put into our check luggage from now on. My big Christmas present this year was a special wedge pillow. Maybe you've seen them advertised. It's designed to help people with shoulder and back issues be able to sleep on their side, and I am a side sleeper. I've been sleeping in a recliner for several years now due to back pain. I don't know exactly what it is, but if I sleep in a bed, I wake up with a lot of back pain. I think it has to do with the fact that no matter what, I tend to roll over and get on my stomach, and then causes a curve in my back. I don't know, but if I sleep in a recliner, this doesn't happen. I even sleep on my side in the recliner, but it cradles me in just the right position, and of course I can't roll over to my stomach. Well, I'm hoping this special wedge pillow and then the special curved body pillow it comes with will allow me to sleep in a real bed. Been using it all this week, and there's definitely a learning curve. There's several recommended sleeping positions, so I'm trying to find the right configuration that's going to work for me. Here's hoping that I will be able to eventually move my lazy boy out of the bedroom and into the living room. I hope you've had a great 2023. I know I've been touched by all of those who've stopped by and visited the channel, subscribed, watched videos and commented, liked a video. I'm looking forward to another year of bringing you cruise news and tips. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. It only takes a second, and doing so does help cruisers like you find us, because I have a lot in store for 2024. Are you ready for more information on cruising? Why not stick around and check out this video and then come back for more information designed to help you have an amazing cruise. Have a blessed week, everyone.